Hello everyone, I'm going to talk about my experience with the F30 328 XI LIN code CD9010 LIN water pump, electric coolant pump missing. This is a 2013 328 and the first thing I did, obviously I replaced the water pump, and that obviously did nothing. And then I spent 4 days with a voltmeter trying to figure out what's wrong with my car. So when you get a LIN code, never start replacing components, okay? Especially with my car, it only has 120,000 kilometers. So I didn't believe that the water pump could go this early, but I was too lazy to do proper troubleshooting. So I just went and threw a $500 water pump at it, which did nothing. Then I replaced this this module, which is it's giving the car's ECU feed, and that did nothing as well. The problem when you have a LIN code, it's always a broken wire. Don't start replacing stuff. Look for a broken wire. The water pump connector, it's down there. I can't take it out because it's deep in there, but it has 4 wires. It has a thick red, thick brown, thin brown, and thin white. Red and brown is 12 volt with ignition on or off, doesn't matter. It should always be 12 volts. Thin brown is the feed for the water pump's inside computer. Like the water pump has an inside little kind of module computer that needs feed. And the thin white wire is the data that's the ECU is sending to your water pump. But both the thin brown and the thin white, they're coming out from this this connector from your ECU and is going directly to your water pump connector. So in my case, what happened is my thick brown wire, it looked good. There was nothing wrong with it visually. I pulled it out of the housing. I even, I took apart this this terminal here. I took everything out. The ground, it goes to that torque screw, the T30. That's your main ground for the water pump. The cable, the brown thick cable, looked good, but when I started checking continuity on it, it was like between. Sorry, not continuity, voltage. The voltage was jumping between 10 volts and 12 volts, meaning there was a break somewhere in the wire. Visually, you can't see it, but when you start kinking the wire and looking at your voltmeter, your voltage is gonna drop. So what I did is I pretty much replaced that wire, and that gave my water pump a solid 12 volt, and my water pump right away, it started working. I did the 10-second gas pedal stomp test. It started pumping. Also, another thing I noticed with these, that ground that goes to the head, which is right there, that's a really crappy place to put a ground, because the head gets corroded really bad where that wire is, and then you're gonna get weak ground signal, and the water pump is not going to work properly. So what you can do, you can even move that ground to over here. Clean up the head from corrosion, and then move the wire over there. So I did that. Actually, I added another ground, which is right there. I added it just to have a second ground on my engine, which actually made everything work so much better. My fuel economy went down. But yeah, don't start replacing anything until you find a bad wire. A LIN code is always a bad wire. And on this LIN code, what you're gonna find if you read online stuff, there's the intelligent battery sensor, and there is the alternator and the water pump. But if you're only getting a code that says LIN, electric coolant pump missing, it is 100% a wire that's going from your water pump connector either to ground or to your DME. So there you go. Don't waste your time replacing stuff.